Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me again today. It is December 13th and we are definitely halfway through our advent calendar unveilings at this point because both of them stop on December 24th and 25th. So I will get right to it. Let's not waste any more time. First, on to the chocolate calendar. Here we go. Looking for number 13. Let's see. There we go. Oh. We've got like a foil covered something with little snowflakes on it. Let's see what flavor of chocolate it is. Looks to be milk chocolate. So that's good. My favorite. Hopefully there'll be caramel inside. Smokey's right here beside me. She gets really excited when I start filming now. Hey, Smokey, you love being on camera. That's actually a good thing that's been happening lately is the cats haven't been peeing on the floor, which is kind of a bad habit that they've developed over the past few months. And I think it's because they're so excited to be on camera that they're on their best behavior when they can be. Because they know that I'll be mad at them and maybe not put them on camera if they're leaving me little presents all over the house. So good work, Smokey and Pearl. Okay, story number 13. This one was called Secondary Memory by Danielle McLaughlin. It's extremely short. It is 7 pages long. And I really enjoyed this story. It's very quirky and creative and different. It's basically told from the perspective of a laptop. And this laptop is being taken to a repair shop because its owner, Vicky, lost her entire PhD thesis that morning. And she's trying to recover it. But the story is told completely from the perspective of the laptop. So, the laptop talks about being shoved into her bag and it's hoping that it's going to be going to a cafe, but they walk past the cafes and they end up in a computer repair shop, and the laptop sees all the other kind of dead computers around it and freaks out. And it the things that the laptop says are really quite funny. So it talks about how it hates this one cafe that Vicky takes it to. So it refuses to connect to the Wi-Fi. And when it sees other humans, it has problems describing what that human looks like. So it compares them to a different kind of computer, oh, this person's huge. Think, desktop from the late 90s kind of huge. Just things like that that make the story really funny to read. And while the laptop is kind of being fiddled around with, it talks about the feeling of, this repairman touching its motherboard and stuff like that. And then it has this flashback to what it was in a previous computer life, as one of those huge computers from the 80s. And it describes the feeling of a cassette being slipped into it. So, just a really creative little story. I really applaud the author because it's brave to, first of all, attempt a perspective like this in their writing, but to actually pull it off and make it interesting to readers is another feat in itself. So good on ya. Can't remember your name. Good on ya, Danielle McLaughlin. It looked based on the bio, it looks like she's from the UK. So again, I haven't recognized a single author from the short story collection, which I feel really awful about because I'm am I really so, badly out of touch with short story writers or writers in general that I've never heard of any of these? But I'd be interested to see what other people say about that, if they are familiar with a lot of these names or not. I know that there's one local author that's coming up in the collection, Debbie Willis, because she's from Calgary, and the editors stated that she had a story in here, so I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Number 13, another great little story, another very unique story. So who knows what we're going to come up with for the next what, 7, 11, 12 stories. Really, it could be anything at this point. And I know I keep saying all these stories are so different, but really they are. They are all so, so different. And I absolutely love that. It sounds like my toddler is awakening, so I better go. But thanks again for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on December 14th. Bye!